So I'm Christina Lampe-Onnerud. I'm the founder and CEO of Boston Power. I am attending Davos right now to be a voice for a little bit of the data truth and a call to action for sustainability.
And what exactly is your line? How are you helping to bring this about?
So I started a company 6 years ago, following 15 years in the energy storage industry. My company is Boston Power, and we are basically deploying, you can think of a Lego piece, 3 cells for a laptop, 600 cells for a scooter, 2,000 cells for a car, 40,000 for a large grid station. So it's basically scalable energy storage at very, very environmentally friendly conditions. So longest lasting, fastest charges, safe and green technology in the world.
So that seems to be much more like an ecosystemic approach where everything is small, flexible, organic. It seems much more responsive rather than something fixed and top down.
Yes, absolutely. And part of my thesis here is that we cannot have one system fits all. But we can deploy technology today to combat climate change and to help with energy efficiencies and to help with the economic downturn by deploying new systems. And it's an opportunity for innovators across the world to collaborate in very fast deploying projects and also to grab this remarkable business opportunity. Frankly, just energy storage is estimated to be over $200 billion in the next 20 years.
Why do you feel, apart from the fact that there is a big market there, why do you feel energy storage needs to be pushed forward?
So I am actually stunned by the fact that governments for the last 50 years have invested a lot of money just in energy generation. So we have advanced the knowledge and technology and manufacturing on solar power, on wind power as an alternative to 50 years ago, the event where fossil fuels would not be facilitators anymore of basically sustainability or good economy. And today we find ourselves showing up with this threat, and yet energy storage is part of the missing link in deploying clean tech. So I am one of a few entrepreneurs in the world that are fast-tracking systems that are in mass production that can be hooked up with the innovation in clean tech. And I think we talk about alternate energy sometimes. It's no longer an alternative. It will happen, and I am absolutely here to make sure that I contribute my piece. I think actually I belong to a generation of leaders that are not primarily driven by economic benefit, that are actually deeply concerned about the state and the health of our Earth, and that are probably more driven by philosophy than short-term gains.
So tell me, now let's get to who you really are, apart from what you do, and how that came about, that your identity is so driven by value, these kinds of values. Can you tell me something about your childhood and why maybe your life was shaped in this way?
Yeah, so actually I come from a line of philosophers. Actually, my father's side is 400 years in Germany of very philosophical principle. Ethics was very important. It was always part of our dinner discussions. He was a major inventor and helped also shape the high voltage transmission. And we had at our dinner table every week people from all over the world. And I very quickly understood that I was just one little piece in a very large puzzle.
Like your Lego pieces, like your Lego batteries, one little piece.
That's right. And I feel a huge, it's a wonderful opportunity to be one piece of a solution, but not feeling that you have to solve everything. So with that, you can come with humility and say, here's what I really know. Here's ideas I see. And here are opportunities that may predict how we go forward.
So we often talk at OneWorld about moving from egocentricity, the sort of top-down way, to ecocentricity, where everybody can contribute different kinds of things. So that seems to be also your philosophy.
It is, and I think we actually have to move into much more collaborative business partnerships. I think fair trade also means fair leadership, where we enter into partnerships. So one wonderful example here at Davos, we actually just announced a partnership with VNL, another technology pioneer company, where we're deploying now solar power into some of the remote villages of India. And for me personally, that's fantastic. It means this really high-tech innovation that basically enables some of the poorest people on earth to benefit from the gifts that I was given as a child of education and opportunity to innovate. And I can give this basically paying forward to future generations.
That's wonderful. And so it sounds like the way you grew up, you felt like a global citizen, and now you can actually give back to the world.
Yes, absolutely. And I hope that, you know, this story and many of the other stories that you show will inspire people to take a chance, to make a difference. And, you know, there's so much poetry written about the journey. It's a remarkable journey. It's incredibly hard, and most people are going to say no. So I think we need to join forces and say, we can do it, and give examples of success.
Together we can.
We can.